Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Thunder, and today I'm here to just more so explain to you guys where I've been, what I've been doing for the last little bit here, and my plan for the future going forward. So let's get right into this. So anyway, let's start with where I've been for the last couple years now. So for like that last half a decade or so, I'd have to actually pull up my YouTube channel to see how long it's actually been. I know I've uploaded the occasional video here, the occasional clip, but over the last, it's probably getting close to like a decade now, honestly. Probably not quite a decade, but I think the last time I was full blown uploading to YouTube was probably back in like 2016, so it's probably been a good 8 years since I've actually taken YouTube fully serious, tried to upload. So let's get right into where I've been for the last couple of years now. So anyway, so back in like 2018, 2019, I started a job where I was working 10 hours a day doing concrete. And concrete's pretty labor inducive, I guess. You work 10 hours, get home, eat, go to bed, maybe watch some YouTube, maybe play a game, go to bed kind of scenario. And then get up and do it all over again. So it was very difficult to make any form of content, I guess, back in 2019. And then back in 2020, I don't really have a good excuse for 2020. COVID happened. I was living on my own with a buddy, working only about 30 hours a week. I'm pretty sure I just flat out forgot about YouTube. Wasn't really on my mind. It was more so just about work, what I was gonna do in the evening, making food, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and then actually in 2022, I got a job actually doing cathodic protection, which actually ate up a lot of my time. Near the end of 2022, I was actually thinking about coming back to YouTube, but I didn't know exactly how I would have come back. I didn't know what I was going to upload. And the other issue too is a lot of the servers that I played on back in the day are all, well, there's a couple that are still up, but they're just dead. No one really plays on them. It's quite depressing in my eyes because you have that nostalgia for the server and it's just no more, kind of. It's kind of just like a shell of what it used to be. But so yeah, in 2022 I kind of just chilled, relaxed after working a nice long year doing cathodic protection where I would work 12 hours a day, 17 days straight. Well, actually back in 2022 it was 24 days or 21 days straight, I mean. And then you would get your 4 days off, go back out, walk down the pipeline. So basically, I guess I haven't fully gotten into full detail of what I actually do nowadays. I am a cathodics protection technician, and there's multiple different tasks, I guess you could say, in the CP world. I mainly focus on indirect inspections and closed interval potential surveys, SIPs for short. So basically, what I do at the end of the day is I walk along a pipeline and take a potential reading along the pipeline and ensure that it's cathodically protected. So the lots of walking at the end of the day. I've thought about like maybe making like some short videos of what I've actually done, but there's way too many issues with trying to do that. Trying to get approval to do that is just to start with is just going to be frustrating. They would have to get approval from whoever the client is, and I'd have to get approval from from higher ups, and that's just a hoop that I don't really want to jump through at the end of the day. So anyway, I guess for the actual science aspect about this in school, if you ever, in my eyes at least, I don't know if anyone actually does cathodic protection will end up seeing this video, but in my eyes, what cathodic protection is, in dummy terms, I don't know in science class if you ever copper plated a coin or a piece of metal or anything under those lines. In my eyes, it's similar, right? You have your anode, the cathode, and then the anode transfers its electrons to the cathode, which allow it to be plated. But in CP, the cathode's the pipe, the anode's magnesium, zinc, something under those lines, and it protects the pipeline. It doesn't actually move any material to the pipeline though, and there's two forms of protection, I guess you. So there's the galvanic system and the impress systems. Impress system require rectifiers. If you guys would have seen small, somewhat not really small, but like toaster oven white boxes near power lines, that's rough. That might be a rectifier. Which there's an anode, cathode's the pipe, protects the pipeline. And then there's also just the galvanic system, which just uses a anode, usually magnesium or zinc, and it protects or puts current onto the pipeline, which theoretically protects it. Which, yeah. Anyway, enough of that. There's lots of, I guess, cool things with my job that I could spend all day talking about, but I probably shouldn't. So anyway, now let's just get into the future of this channel, of what I would like to start up. There's 3 main things I would like to do. One would be a survival world. I'm not sure, maybe hardcore, maybe not hardcore. I'm not too certain if I would want to do hardcore. And then the other thing would be mod packs. I would like to jump into a mod pack, record it. The issue is when I was doing Sky Factory, Sky Factory 2.5, my world corrupted mid-recording, and I lost everything. Well, I didn't lose the recording, but I just didn't upload it because it corrupted midway through, and I was like, oh no. Well, I guess this series is done, unless I try to replicate everything that I've done, which is just too much of a headache. So anyway, and then the survival world I would like to get into would be a typical Let's Play survival world. And then the third thing I would want to do is maybe Counter-Strike. I'm not 100% certain. I do like Counter-Strike. It's just Counter-Strike 2 is just not the same as Counter-Strike, right? It's the subtick servers are a lot more laggier, at least for me. I stutter all over the place a lot of the time in the games. My ping will just randomly jump up for no reason as I'm in mid gunfight with somebody, and it just gets kind of frustrating. And then I guess maybe the fourth thing that I might want to bring to the channel would be Call of Duty. Probably not pubs though. Most likely zombies, honestly. Just because I just can't stand the skill-based matchmaking. Like, I just can't stand that you can get into, your first game on, you just absolutely destroy everybody around you, and then your next game, you're screwed. It's just not fun anymore. Like, I miss the old days in Call of Duty where, yeah, sure, you'd get put into lobbies that were all randoms, like legitimate randoms, and then it would split up everybody as it would split up the teams. It would split everyone up into their actual skill group so that one team wouldn't just stomp the other team kind of scenario. That was the golden days in my eyes. Like, you would have 1 or 2 players on the other team that matched your skill level, and then the rest were just bots that you could kill, right? Though I miss those days, and like they try to justify like, oh, this keeps everybody playing, this keeps everybody happy, the community will be more active. Like, no. What's gonna end up happening is you're gonna have the lower ranked players playing against lower ranked players. They're gonna get absolutely dominated, and they're just not gonna think it's fun, just like how all of us in the higher ranks feel. And then they're gonna quit, just like all of us. That's actually why next year I'm not buying Call of Duty. I think I'm done. I just don't think I can shovel out $100 just to go, what what is this? Like, no thank you. I'll play this game for 5 minutes and then that's that kind of scenario. Like, no, I can't do that. So anyway, that is the future for this channel, I guess. The main 3 key points is an SMP world in Minecraft, a modded series, Counter-Strike, and maybe Call of Duty. I would want to focus more so on Minecraft though, just because I do have a couple goals I do want to get into. Goals that are so far out of my reach that the chances of achieving these goals is slim to none. Like, I need to first acquire like an audience for this first ridiculous goal. So the first ridiculous goal would be to join Hermitcraft, obviously, which is just never gonna happen in my eyes. It's seriously never gonna happen. The other, I guess, ridiculous goal is to get an audience, which I've had really terrible luck. And now I understand that years ago, like, you ought to be more expressive in your voice, right? Actually talk and like, be excited for what you're actually talking about, right? And years ago, you would have, your family, you know, in the living room, they could hear you talking. You'd kind of just like be like, okay, guys, how's it going? Today we're gonna be doing this. I know, you know, like you'd talk a lot quieter. You wouldn't be as expressive. You'd kind of like keep it hidden. And nowadays, we live on our own. We don't have to be as quiet, I guess, right? Which is gonna be beneficial, I guess. So that's you know the second goal. Try to grow an audience, which is probably I don't know. I don't want to be negative, but I'll see it when it happens, kind of thing, right? I gotta keep consistency because that's the best thing for YouTube is to be consistent. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the background gameplay of me getting either wrecked or victory. There's probably a couple wrecked. I might just put in the nice leg clip in there, but anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys in the future. Until next time, it's been Thunder. See ya.